Welcome back to the channel. Another day, another roam for us, another pack. Well, I only got a 2-pack today, just Tammy and Ray. But anyway, we're out and about as we usually are. But anyway, I want to talk to you about why people have trouble communicating with their dog. Sweet, we'll get more into it as we carry on with our walk. Man, what a day. Sweet as. So there's one thing about dogs you need to know is that they live in the reptilian brain, reptilian mind. Not like most of us humans now that are stuck in the cognitive process of thinking and analysing things. Dogs are full-time in reptilian. So when you actually try and work with a dog using the cognitive mind, you have to keep assessing, you have to keep analysing. That's what the cognitive mind does. And so this is why people use treats and positive reinforcement, because they're trying to communicate to a dog from a cognitive sense, which the dogs get really confused by. If you want to communicate with dogs, you should communicate with dogs. You should communicate from the reptilian mind. It opens the channel clearly for the dogs to understand where you're coming from. So we as humans, we use three parts of the brain, three brains. So we have a dream brain, a cognitive and a reptilian. And to work with dogs you need reptilian. So in other words, the dream brain is to, I want to achieve this, I want to get that, this is my dream to have this and that. The cognitive processes on how you can do it. The reptilian is where the courage, determination and no quitting comes from. If you try and achieve a big goal in the cognitive, you're gonna quit. Dreaming is one thing, but all the powerhouse for what you want to achieve is in the reptilian. So dogs live in the reptilian brain all the time. If you try and cognitize them through the cognitive side of your brain, you're going to have trouble communicating with them. And so you need to open up the reptilian brain, and the dogs will gravitate to that power and that energy. No problems at all. Sweet. So welcome back. But anyway, the last part of using the reptilian mind to work with dogs. When the reptilian mind is open and it's calm, it sends out a really powerful energy to dogs, and that's the energy that dogs gravitate to, all dogs. If you try and use energy in the cognitive mind, well, that doesn't work. It's quite weak to a dog. But in the reptilian mind, if you open that channel with energy, that's where Mother Nature's energy is in the reptilian side of your brain. It's not in the cognitive, it's not in the dream brain, it's in the reptilian. So all dogs gravitate to that. They don't really have a choice, it's in their DNA. Sweet. So a good example of the reptilian, using the reptilian mind is our haka, the way Māori do haka. They summon up a powerful, strong energy through doing haka and actions. And a classic example is the All Blacks. The All Blacks are known worldwide for doing the haka, and there's a reason why they do it. It's a sign of defiance, it's a sign of courage, it's a sign of determination. It's a sign that they're not going to quit, and they intimidate the opposition by doing the haka. So that's an example, a classic example of the reptilian mind, So if you want to really get in tune with your dog, you have to understand what the reptilian brain is, because the dogs live in that, and they're not really interested in the cognitive side of your mind. They're not really interested in the dream side of your mind. They don't really care. But if you want to communicate with them and have the perfect dog and the perfect relationship with your dog, you have to communicate with them in the reptilian side of your brain. Sweet. So I'll break it down even more for you. So all dogs, there's a fine line between wild and tame. Only 1%, I think, of the dog is domesticated. 99% of the dog is still wild. So if 1% is domesticated and you're trying to work with the dog with the cognitive side of your brain, well, you're only getting to 1% of the dog. To get to the 99% side of the brain, where you want to go with a dog, you have to use reptilian. So when you use the reptilian side of who you are, or who we are as human beings, the dogs understand 99% of what you're doing and they gravitate to that. So you only need 1% of reptilian energy and the dogs will find it in you. If you're fully into cognitive side of thinking, dogs will never find that reptilian side of the human being that you are. So it's really important you understand it. This is why most people have trouble with dogs, and dogs are very unstable, because you're using 100% cognitive analyzing and processing from your mind to work with 1% of what a dog is made up of. When you switch to reptilian, the dog's sense you is very, very powerful, and that's how it works. And in our culture, that reptilian is called the warrior brain, the warrior mind. So our ancestors lived 99% in the warrior mind. They still do, even today. Sweet.